You know, we fishermen are creatures of habit. We get to doing the same things over and over again in a pattern. One of the big mistakes we often make is driving past and across rivers to get to our local reservoir or lake. On this week's show, we're going to talk about some of the great bass fishing that's available in river systems across the South and Southwest. I'm glad you're along with us. The next half hour should be a lot of fun because this is Fox Sports Outdoors.
It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Southwest.
Wow, what a beautiful scene out there. It's been a long time, many years, since I've been to this particular stretch of the Brazos River system. The Brazos River runs all the way from the headwaters almost to the panhandle of the Lone Star State, runs across Texas all the way until it dumps into the Gulf of Mexico. This particular stretch runs right through the middle of Waco, Texas. My understanding is there's a lot of good fishing right here in the city. So we're going to test that out on today's show. But more importantly, we're going to talk about some of the great things that are happening on river systems all across the southeast and southwestern United States. So we're going to go out and test this system here, see if we can catch a few bass, talk about where you can go and catch some in your local area. While we're doing that, we're taking you around the region for your very latest fishing reports from our team of insider reporters. Check on the fishing at your local lakes, rivers, and bays. So right now, we're going to put the Bass Tracker Pro Team 175 into the Brazos River here in Waco. While we get ready, let's take you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planner.
Hi everyone, the Salooner tables are pointing towards Sunday as the best opportunity for fishing this weekend, with the peak game fish activity beginning at 11:40 a.m. Look for the sun to rise at 7:38 and set at 6:44. And we're approaching a new moon next week, so evenings will feature a moon that is 89% visible. Stay with us, we'll be right back with freshwater and coastal fishing updates from around the region. Plus, Mr. Crappie Wally Marshall joins us for this week's Ask the Pro feature.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker. By Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. By Mercury Marine, official outboard of Fox Sports Outdoors. And by Lowrance Electronics, find, navigate, dominate.
There's a little cut bank with a shadow on it right there. Got it. Got it. Come here, baby. There we go. All right. That's fun. Man, throw that little chugger back in there and you throw it right next to the shoreline, and one nailed it. It is so fun to catch them on a blow up, even a little bass like that. Just a lot of fun to catch. All right, welcome back everybody. We're on the Brazos River right here at Baylor University in the background, literally fishing pretty much on campus. One of the things I want to talk to you about all river fishing is that it's pretty much what I call junk fishing. You're going to need to have a whole bunch of different baits tied on. Now, I'm started off here in the morning, so I'm throwing a topwater bait while the sun's at a low angle and I can get some shadows on the water, and that fish was laying right under that cut bank, right in a little shadow. But you can see behind me right here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more rods rigged up right here. I've got a crankbait, jigs, worms, spinner baits. You've got to have one of everything tied on, and just go down here and hit every little target you can find, fan cast in between. You don't even need to be throwing at stuff, but it's classic junk fishing. I mean, there's not one set pattern. You're just going to be doing a whole lot of different things to try to put together some good fishing. All right, we're going to talk some more about that, but right now we're going to get you all cranked up with some local fishing reports from you, from one of our insider reporters.
Hey, anytime I see guys cleaning the fish, I know I'm in for a good fishing report, and that's exactly the case here. I was passing by the Twin Bridges area of Grand Lake. I saw a couple guys down there cleaning fish, so I stopped and visited with them. I had a great talk with 81-year-old Estelle Clymer and his fishing buddy Gary Granger. The two anglers are from nearby Stella, Missouri. They had a wonderful day, caught a limit of really nice big old fat white bass. They said they caught them all trolling shad wraps in natural shad colors up in the rivers around the Twin Bridges area. They said just absolutely wonderful day. They intend to get back out soon. I also talked to a couple of bank anglers right here at the Twin Bridges section as well, and they said while they didn't catch fish from the bank, that more boaters came in and they saw lots of guys cleaning both white bass and crappie, so I know the crappie are biting around the Twin Bridges area too. I'm also getting many good crappie reports in from several places across the state, and most of those anglers are telling me that those fish are relating to wood. They're either catching them in shallow brush piles now or on laydowns coming off the banks in some of the creek areas. Now they're saying that the laydowns, that the horizontal ones coming off a little shallower incline are where they're doing the best on catching those crappie around some of the laydowns. Gary Rowe tells me he's catching them really good. Nice black crappie again on Fort Gibson Lake now, and his best luck is coming on the Bobby Garland Baby Shad Swimmer. Lots of birds in the state. Those are going to help you find the bait fish right now. If you find the bait fish, you can catch the fish even out in open water. Great time of year to be fishing in Oklahoma, but one thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't go.
Got it. What a wild fish that is. Hey, welcome back everybody. We are river fishing today and having a great time doing it. We're on the Brazos River right in the middle of Texas, right in the heart of central Texas. That one got a mouthful of rubber leg jig. It's got a biffle bug on the back of it. I'll show that to you a little bit later. And we'll show you two things. Thing number one, that's the I-35 bridge crossing the Brazos River right in Waco. And I want to show you something else. I'm going to swing the boat, and right here is the brand new McLean Stadium where the Baylor Bears play football. Now, you can catch a lot of fish right in metropolitan areas like this. You don't have to go driving 2, 3, 4 hours away passing all this good water. A lot of municipalities have done a great job cleaning up their river systems, making things a lot cleaner, a lot clearer, and there's really some good fish in here. You've got to be very versatile. You've got to, again, I've caught some on top waters today, spinner baits, that one hit a jig. You've got to have a bunch of rods ready and a lot of different ways to catch fish, but you can catch a bunch of them right in the heart of some of our cities. Baylor Bear country right here. Time now for some fishing and lake reports for you.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you by Hitch It Safe, makers of innovative products that every boater ought to own. First, there's the trailer lock, which will ensure your boat or trailer will not be stolen while it's at the ramp or the hotel or wherever you may have it parked. Secondly, there is the hitch lock that prevents accidental separation of what you're towing from your tow vehicle. And last but not least, the innovative T-hitch, which rotates 90 degrees out of the way when you're not towing something. Now this week we're going to East Texas. We're going to fish Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. And these two lakes are fishing exactly alike and completely different. What in the world do I mean? Well, over on Sam Rayburn you'll find hydrilla, and you can start your morning with topwater shallow like a black buzzbait or a black rivet frog, then move to a little bit deeper grass, fish over the top with a watermelon red Cinco with a dip of chartreuse on the tail, or your chartreuse white or white spinner baits, and finally you'll want to Texas rig the outside edges of the hydrilla with about a 10-inch power worm in red shad or blue fleck. Now over on Toledo Bend, it's a little different. You'll still start with a black buzzbait or rivet frog, but you want to look for laydowns in 2 to 3 feet of water. Then you'll want to move out with your spinnerbait and Cinco over a little bit deeper water, 5 to 6 feet, still working laydowns and the upper edges of the channels. And finally, when you go to the deep water, use your crankbaits. Fish those around the channel mouths and deeper structure for Toledo Bend bass. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Hitch It Safe. Check them out on the web. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit portaransas.org. Well, during the last few days of October, look for cool fronts to carry stronger winds and cooler temperatures and have a bigger impact along the upper coast. The middle and lower coast will see less of an impact until sometime in November. Now, the biggest impact will be increased and more reliable bird activity from Sabine to West Matagorda Bay. Better fish will also be found on the edge of bird activity or underneath the schooling trout. From Port O'Connor to the upper Laguna Madre, redfish continue to draw anglers' attention on the flats and shorelines. Trout have joined reds along grassy shorelines or those that have scattered shell. On the lower Laguna Madre, water temperatures continue a slow fall and fishing has been good. Big redfish and solid trout have been caught from grass flats and shorelines. Lots of baits along the mid-coast beachfront and a variety of pelagics including bonito, kingfish, and dorado are available to anglers fishing within sight of the beachfront. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Got him. Good one. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. How about that? All right, there's a good quality bass for you right there. Yeah, we got it going. There's my little tattletale worm right there. Now here's something a little different. Look right here. That fish came out of that little patch of green stuff right there, and we are literally right outside the front gates of where the Baylor Bears play football. Hey, let's give you a couple of other places where you can do this exact same thing. Beginning in Louisiana, you have the Red River, and down south, the Calcasieu River. Moving a little further east of Mississippi, you've got the Pascagoula. Alabama, you've got the whole Coosa River system loaded with big spotted bass. Moving on over to Georgia, you've got the Savannah River. On up to Tennessee, you've got the Cumberland River. Smallmouth bass live in that place. Then you move on over to Arkansas, you've got the Lower White River, good largemouth and spotted bass fishing. And in Oklahoma, the Illinois. Let's go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back to the Brazos River in Texas right after this.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. Buy Lose, setting a new standard of fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. And by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability.
There's one. Got him. All right. You're on Fox Sports Outdoors, and we're on the Brazos River in Texas today, but we're talking about principles that will help you catch fish on any river. You know, when you fish in reservoirs and lakes, a lot of times it can get complicated, especially if the fish are deep. It can get very technical. You got to be really good at reading sonar. River fishing typically is much easier. It's just a real easy deal. What you want to do is have 2 basic types of baits out. You want a moving bait that you can cover water with, and a target bait that you can flip and pitch around the available cover. So what I've got is I've got one crankbait rod out, and I'm just going down the banks, throwing a crankbait. I've also got a spinner bait on here. And then I've got another rod here that's got a rubber leg jig on it. And it's got a trailer, plastic trailer, and then he ate my worm. But what I'm doing now is I'm just taking a little small tattletale worm, Texas rigging it. And the thing is, when you go down these banks, when there's nothing to throw at, no visible cover, you throw the crankbait or the spinner bait. But when you get to something like that, you see that overhanging bush, what you want to do is grab your worm or your jig, put an underhanded pitch or flip right in the available cover, and the fish will typically get right on the stuff that you can see with your eyes along the shoreline. It's just very easy fishing. Get on the shoreline, get on your trolling motor, troll along with those 2 types of baits, and you can be successful. Let's get you some more fishing and lake reports for your local area.
Hey friends, Cajun Phil here with your Fox Louisiana Fishing Report. I tell you what a week we have had this week. Almost hard to explain the fantastic fish, especially out of the Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters. We've been running 2, 3, and 4 boats per day. They're fishing right now from the Gulf jetties to West Cove the big lake itself is Calcasieu Lake, Turner's Bay, all the way up to Prean Lake and Lake Charles and catching fish. Birds are working everywhere. Right now, Rockport Rattler, jigs are doing really good. We like to throw the 1/8 ounce. We're throwing the Kelly Wiggler plastics. We're throwing them in the Pearl Chartreuse. You never know when you stop at a set of birds whether it's going to be speckled trout or redfish. Got some boats still going offshore, catching a lot of big ling. Fishing is fantastic, friends. Remember, flounder season just gonna get better and better with these fronts coming through like this right now. Flounder's really gonna start stacking up. They're catching a few right now. They're the small males, but big females gonna move in just a few weeks. As far as bass fishing goes, Toledo Bend's real hot right now. Deeper water, Carolina rig's been working real good. Drop shot's been working real good. The south end of the lakes where we get most of the reports, Calcasieu River and Sabine River, both doing really well. Tell you what, come on down to Louisiana and get you some. Till next time, this is old Cajun Phil for Captain Kevin, who's out there right now snarching and yanking a bunch of trout and redfish, saying happy fishing, may God bless, and we're gonna see you next week. Bye-bye.
Here's the really cool thing about fishing rivers is that you're gonna be fishing the most obvious stuff out there. The logs, stumps, laydowns, the stuff that you can actually see with your naked eyes, the stuff where the fish typically are. Right there, right there, right there. Got it, got it. There we go. All right, this Big Daddy. Eagle. Calm down. Calm down, feller. Got him. All right, how about that? Wow. Well, that's what happens. You fish on these rivers and you pitch up there shallow. I want to show you folks something. First of all, I want to show you that bass. That's just a good quality bass for you right there. Beautiful, long, skinny, native fish. That's not a Florida strain right there. That's just a pure Texas strain fish. Big mouth, long, skinny body. Just a fantastic fish for you right there. We're gonna let that fish go back. So we talked about how easy river fishing is, but it's shallow and it's shoreline, basically. You just go down the shoreline. This is a little pocket that comes off the shoreline. You fish everything in that little pocket, every little stick up, every stump, every bush, every reed, cattail, and it really doesn't matter what time of the year it is. They'll get shallow and stay shallow. It's just where they live. Remember that, whatever river system you fish on, they live shallower in rivers than they do in lakes or reservoirs.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Introducing the XI5 for ultimate boat control. By Fort Worth Nissan. Fox Sports Outdoors is powered by Fort Worth Nissan. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro segment, where viewers get expert insights from professional anglers. This week's question comes from Kyler, who asks, when should I use multiple rods for crappie fishing? For the answer, we asked crappie expert Wally Marshall.
I like to use multiple rods pre-spawn or deep winter crappie fishing because I'm fishing 25 to 30 foot deep, and you can catch a lot of crappie because I use anywhere from 12 to 14 foot rods when I'm slow trolling and using double minnow rigs, or I'm using double jig rigs in those depths of water. And with those multiple rods, you can catch a lot of crappie and cover a lot of ground. But when that water starts warming up, I like to get that single jig pole in my hand because I live for the thump when I stick it up in them bushes.
Thanks, Wally. If you have something to ask one of the pros, simply visit our website and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit your question. Now, someone's going to win a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Hey, this week's winner in the Costa Catch of the Week contest is Nick Rhodes of Boyd, Texas, showing a big old 32-pound blue catfish he caught at Eagle Mountain Lake in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, if you'd like to have a chance to be our next winner, what you have to do is go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Click on the right-hand side of the homepage in the Costa Catch of the Week area and follow the instructions. And if you win, you'll win a free pair of Costa sunglasses. And you can see all of their frame and lens styles by going back to the front page of our website and clicking on the Costa logo. It's there you can see all of their great products, including the blue frame that I was wearing on this week's episode. This one is called Harpoon. This week on the Academy Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear to fish a river system near you. And to do this kind of junk fishing like we talked about, you need several different baits tied on. I've got a bunch of them laid out. You're looking at them there. Beginning on the top left, that's a topwater chugger, followed by a Jean LaRue three-legged frog, then a spinnerbait that's about a ½ ounce size, and then back to the lower left, that's a shallow diving square bill crankbait, then a little deeper diving crankbait. That one goes 8 or 10 feet deep, and then you've got a rubber leg jig with a Jean LaRue biffle bug trailing on the back of it. And then the other bait is a little Texas rig tattletale worm, little finesse bait in case those fish get a little finicky in the middle part of the day. One other thing that makes this junk fishing much easier is this brand new Lew's reel that I was trying out for the very first time. This is the Lew's Tournament Pro G reel. Remember that letter, G. It's got an 8.3 to 1 gear ratio, the one I was using today does, which allows you to reel that bait in quickly and get it back out quickly, get it back in that quick strike zone right next to the shoreline. You don't waste a lot of time. That's a high-speed reel. Two other great features of this reel: it's got a little hook keeper built into it. You can flip it either in or out, and it's got a line indicator on the side of it here that shows you what size line, what pound test line you have on that particular reel. Lew's leading the way in innovation. If I've learned one thing about the human condition, it's that life is not always fair. Tough times are not equal opportunity. I've seen lots of hardworking, good-hearted, responsible people who show up to work every day and try their best to support their families. Things just flat don't work out. Now, you and I can't solve world hunger and world poverty by ourselves, but what we can do is help with the little things that happen under our very noses. The only thing you have to do in order to impact some other folks' life for the better is that you don't have to be religious or wealthy or smart. You do just have to care. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's episode. We will be on Thursday at a special time of 5:30 p.m. with the repeat airing Saturday morning at 7:30. And you can always get the latest episode of our show 24/7 on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. And right below the latest episode, you can catch up on all the past episodes by clicking on the archive button. And just to the right of that is the how-to button, where you can get lots of product and how-to videos that we don't have time to show you here on the television show. Also, don't forget to like us on our Facebook page and click the follow button on our Twitter feed to get lots of fishing photos and videos, fishing news that you'll never see here on the TV show because we just don't have time. Hey, have fun on a river system near you. Use some of these techniques to go catch some this coming weekend. From the Brazos River in Central Texas, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.